Jennifer, why don't you pick the first box?
Whoa.
I'm scared about that one. That was. It looks like we're.
I have a feeling 9's gonna be a bomb.
No, don't open 9 yet. Yeah, okay, good.
9!
All right. Okay.
That was crazy.
All right. So now, now you can do your poker face when you're looking
Okay,
at this.
okay.
The acting starts now.
It's a toaster oven. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
So, inside my box is a very curious thing. Which is not the first time I've said that.
Wait.
Oh, I'm just kidding. God. Okay. Anyway.
It looks like you're looking. It looks like we're looking in the mirror.
I know.
Is this making?
Oh, God. When did I get so ugly?
My face. My beautiful face.
Okay, it is a Rubik's Cube inside Jell-O.
You lie.
I tell the truth.
Oh, yeah, here we go. Which one?
9!
Stop yelling 9. You already did 9. Sound will not tell you what it is with sound. I'm gonna make a sound, a drum sound, so you don't know what it is. And you can't see it.
So it's something that makes noise?
Maybe it is something that makes noise, and maybe it isn't. You wanna know what it is?
Yeah.
I'll tell you what it is.
Okay. Hit me with it. Come on.
You ever heard of a boy band called Backstreet Boys?
Oh, yes. Oh, my God.
This is an action figure. One of the Backstreet Boys.
Oh, is that it?
In a no.
Oh,
In a costume.
okay.
And also, inside the box, there's a bunch of Hershey Kisses.
I feel like that's, if it's not the truth, you're a sociopath. If I'm gonna lose, I want to make you feel bad about it.
It is a lie. It's
Oh
John
my
Stamos.
God.
A little lie. Let's just tweak the lie a little bit. It's Rockin' Jesse from Full House, dude.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
man. Yeah.
All right. You're up.
What? You people are crazy. I can't hear you.
All right, flop. Wait, so basically whoever wins this wins the whole deal.
Yeah, I believe this is what they call a tiebreaker.
Well, let's do it. Let's dance. Let's just dance and get it over with.
Why doesn't anybody ever want to dance with us?
I mean, I just don't understand. We're good dancers.
We're very good dancers.
We're very good dancers.
Every time we go to Coachella, nobody wants
I
to
go to
dance
Coachella and I'm
with
like,
us.
Arcade Fire, dance with us.
What
And they
does
say no.
everybody
Why
think
doesn't
of
everyone
it?
want to? We should just dance with each other.
Never. No.
You want to dance? We want people to
Absolutely
dance
not.
with us together.
Never.
You know,
No.
I'm Carl Sagan's son, Phil Sagan. Sorry, it sounds like Carl Sagan. All right.
Okay, it is a miniature horse on a bed of Flintstone vitamins. Well, yeah, Flintstones.
You smelled it, and you can smell that it's a Flintstone vitamin.
Yes.
Miniature horse on top of. That's not what anyone does with their face at all. Just stop it. You're trying to
That's
distract
what
me.
somebody does when they're telling the truth.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
All right, wait a second. So wait, you're trying to do that. Miniature horse on top of Flintstone vitamins. You smelled it, which means to me that it's not Flintstone vitamins, it's something else, but it still could be a miniature horse. So I'm going to say, you lie.
Oh my God! You're right!
I'm so happy I won! I'm the champion! Mwah, 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 mwah. I love you all! Jennifer Lawrence, everybody, X-Men, Days of Future Past is in theaters on May 23rd. You've lost your mind. You've lost it.
I couldn't help it.
They love you. Jennifer Lawrence is here, everybody. They love you. They love you. I love you. Hey, what happened?
I wanted to cut 2 for bushy eyebrows.
Yeah,
but...
exactly. Now, what is going on? This is
Well, everybody's talking about how Jennifer Lawrence has grown her hair out a little bit.
Yeah.
So I decided to
Show everybody
grow
how.
my chin out a little bit, Hollywood style.
You're basically just wearing extensions,
Yeah,
really.
it's
what's
all
happening.
fake.
Now, Jennifer Lawrence, you're a little upset with me, and
Yeah.
and I think I know why, but not really though, because
Because we have different versions of the
I
story.
think I'm totally right of what happened.
Oh, really?
That's correct.
Well,
Well,
I look forward to changing that.
Well, we were at an event, and you had some scheme. You were being crazy, and you wanted to dance with Jennifer Lopez.
Yeah.
And you wanted me to go over and dance with her
Okay,
too.
we came up with this idea together, first of all. We both saw J-Lo. This is like 10 Jell-O shots in. And I've never done Jell-O shots. I
They
didn't
were
go
good,
to
right?
college.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were great.
Thank you.
And so we were dancing. We see J-Lo, and we're like, well, we gotta ask
Yeah.
J-Lo to dance. And so I was like, okay, so
Kanye
what we'll
West
do
is playing.
we'll do a spin,
Yeah.
and then we'll go dance with us. Like, together.
No, we did a thing, yeah.
Yeah.
We had a thing, we had a
And
routine.
then-
We had a routine, we were both gonna spin.
Yes.
But then we were thinking about, because J-Lo was behind us,
Yeah.
right?
Yes.
She was over there, but we were trying to work out her moves without showing her the moves. And we were like, all right, we gotta
So we
spin.
both decided on a 360, and then we would
360.
hold our.
Okay.
Well, we can't do it. The audience is here.
So spin out this way.
I don't know if you
and
know
then
a
go
lot
like
about
this.
television, but.
Thank you, Jennifer.
And then dance with us.
And then no, but that's what you're saying. But this again, Kanye West was on. It was very loud. Kanye
I
West.
didn't know that Kanye West was playing that
Well,
night.
at the time, it was there were
How many
digital.
Jell-O shots did I
no,
have?
it was digital. It was digital Doberman Pinschers barking, and that's what his concert was. So you wouldn't know it was Kanye West, but
Yeah.
yeah, that was him. It was like,
Okay.
yeah. And so that was happening, and that was Kanye. And then we're trying to work out the moves, and again, there may have been, or
yada,
may or may
yada,
not
yada.
been Jell-O shots. Mm-hmm.
Basically, I do it, and then I go like this, and then I look, and he's gone, and it's just me looking at J-Lo and going, dance with me. And then she was just like, no. Because then she was just like, I think I'm just gonna observe. You made me look like a freak in front of J-Lo. Do you know what that feels like?
Oh, stop it! That's not what happened.
God.
Here's what happened. I know her
All right.
manager. I know her manager. Here we are. We're working on it. The dogs are barking at me. And I'm like, all right, here's the plan. I turn around. As I'm spinning around, I see her manager, and I see it, and he goes to me. He goes, no. Like, I turned the other way, and you went, and
you
I
didn't
walked away.
grab me.
You started dancing. I was having a fun dance party, man. Fun dance party.
Dance with us.
Dance with us, yeah. So that's what would happen. So,
Well, I wish his manager had warned me.
no, well, you don't even know the manager. But so J-Lo, Jennifer Lopez, if you're watching, we both did want to dance with you.
Just dance with us.
Just dance with us. What's the big
Come on.
deal, right? Come on, we're fun. I
Do
mean,
some Jell-O shots.
I
Dance
mean,
with
just
us.
like play some like barking dogs and dance with us. I mean, what's the big deal?
I'll bring the dogs.
I'll bring
You
the dogs
Jell-O
and yeah,
shots.
I'll just make them
Dance
angry.
with us.
We just want you to dance with us. It's very simple. What do you mean you can't
I
hear?
don't ask for a lot.
You can't hear our voices over the music. We want you to dance with us.
Don't we seem like the kind of people you'd want to dance with?
I mean, big deal. Our mouths are small, so big that doesn't affect our dancing. Well, I apologize for leaving you
Just our
hanging like that.
social lives.
Yeah, exactly. I want to talk about this movie here.
Okay.
X-Men. Ooh la la. This is crazy time. This is X-Men. What is this? Playboy magazine? Days of Future
What kind
Past.
of porn are you looking at? He's like, this reminds me of porn.
No, I didn't say that at all. It's just
What is this, a
two
Playboy?
blue boobs in everyone's face, and now I gotta look out for the country here.
It's irresistible.
But this takes like 15 hours to get in this makeup, right? And it's
It
crazy.
used to take 8, which is lovely. Now
I mean,
it
that
only
would drive
takes
me crazy.
3. Yeah.
Well, what do you do for 8 hours? Just sitting? You just have
Oh
to
my
sit
God.
there, right?
Well, I stood or I had to sit on a bicycle seat. Which every woman knows is our dream come true.
But it ends up looking amazing. But then do you have to go home with the blue?
Yeah, I go home with the paint.
I don't know.
4 months of my life, I have to spend blue.
No. But I mean, sometimes I remember on Saturday Night Live, I would do something and I'd have a wig on and I'd pull it off and they'd be like wig glue.
Well, I always have like a little bit of blue somewhere.
Yeah.
Before it was kind of like, you know, everywhere. And then now it's just kind of like on my hands and ears, so I look like I have a bizarre fungus.
And thank you for not falling, I will say, because
Yeah.
yeah. Between both of us, we've gotten more press over tripping and falling than anyone in the history.
I fell in every single city on the press tour.
People
I
think-
fell around the world.
I felt around the world
Yes.
and felt the bruises.
Yeah.
The bruises left or right. I mean, people think it's a shtick, but it's not.
Yeah. Well, No,
Yeah.
that's what I was doing another talk show that I won't mention.
No, please.
And
We're
I was
the only
like
one that
waving to
do
the
that.
audience, and they wanted to talk about falling, and I was like, I don't want to do it because like I'm afraid people think it's like a shtick, and I'm like, and it actually makes me kind of mad when it happens.
Oh, it's not
And
fun to fall.
It's not fun. It's embarrassing, and especially now at this point, it's so embarrassing. And so I was like, no, I don't want to talk about it. And then I come out and wave to the audience like, oh hi, ooh. And then my heel like slipped. I didn't fall, but I like had like and I made them cut it out of the show.
Yeah, everyone's like, ha ha ha, we got you again.
And you'll never know which show it was.
You fall all the time. It's like, no, I don't
God.
want to.
Yesterday on the plane, I spilled yogurt all over the plane, and the whole plane smelled like sour milk the whole time. You're welcome.
You're fun to hang out with. Yeah.
Yeah.
See, I just am concerned. I just don't
I'm
want
a
you to be
good
hurt.
babysitter.
Oh my God, you're so
People
fun to
trust
hang out
me with kids.
You're so fun. Do you remember when we hung out once when we embarrassed ourselves in front of Jennifer Lopez?
Oh yeah, I remember.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because we wanted her to dance with us, and
She wouldn't.
She wouldn't dance with us. Yeah. No.
I think everybody thinks that they've witnessed my most embarrassing moments because
Yeah.
I fell on my face
Yeah.
getting an Oscar, and then I fell the next year on a cone. But like, there's these 2 really humiliating stories that are my most embarrassing moments that I never talked about because it's so genuinely embarrassing. But now I feel like the statute of limitations on humiliation is up.
Yeah.
And I'm ready.
Which one? Let's hear one of them. Yeah.
My most embarrassing moment was during Silver Linings year, like award season. It was one of those, parties. And
Yeah.
And so I'm just like in a corner, like drinking champagne, like, and an older woman approached me and was being really, really nice, really complimentary. And in my head, I just went, "This is Elizabeth Taylor," who was dead at the time, who's still dead. I mean,
No,
sorry,
she still is.
she's
Yeah.
since passed.
Yeah, yeah.
And I didn't know that. And so the whole time she's talking to me, I'm like, oh my God, this is Elizabeth Taylor.
No. Oh my God. All right. Well, you didn't say anything, did you?
And yeah. And so she's complimenting me, and I was like, me? No, I mean you. Your movies that I can't name, and your fashion moments that I don't know. And like, I was like, you're unbelievable. And then my friend walked by, and I grabbed her, and I was like, oh, this is Elizabeth Taylor. And she was like, no, it's not. And I just took off running. There have been 2 social situations where I just like go, oh, and then I just sprint, and I just sprinted, and my shoes fell off, and I hid behind like this wall.
Yeah. There's smoke coming out of your shoes.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
bye, Elizabeth.
Like a
yeah. No,
hummingbird
it's
wings.
not her. Oh no.
Yeah. Second, because I really want to plow through these and get them over with.
Good. No, we like hearing this. Yeah. So we like.
I always talk so fast because I'm used to my brothers just being like, finish, shut up.
No, please.
I feel like nobody wants to hear me talk.
I want to hear. Here.
getting over a cold.
Yogurt just came out of your nose.
Oh my God, so much phlegm.
Well, tell me
And
the
this
other.
isn't even an embarrassing moment for me.
No, this is
I got
fun.
a lot of phlegm.
This is normal. Yeah. Well, phlegm is cool.
whatever.
Yeah.
So I'm in Paris for the first time, again, for movies and
That's
foo,
fun.
foo.
Yeah.
And so I was in like one of those cool Tom Ford dresses with the zips and everything. And
Sure.
I saw Francis Ford Coppola, but it actually was Francis Ford Coppola.
It's really
and
was,
I was
yeah.
like, oh my God, it's
I was gonna
Francis
say,
Ford Coppola.
Maybe just keep hanging out in like wax museums. Yeah. So I was hanging out with Abraham Lincoln and like He was by George Washington. He was there too.
I had tea with the Pope. I was the only one drinking.
Yeah, a second. Yeah.
I was the only one who had
So
tea.
it really was Francis Ford Coppola.
It really was Francis Ford Coppola.
Godfather. I mean, come on.
Yeah,
It's
I know.
apocalypse
So
is
I was like, oh, so I debated the whole time, like, do I go up to him? Do I not go up? And then finally I was like, I have to, or I'll regret it for the rest of my
And
life.
this is at a restaurant.
At a restaurant in Paris, and he's at a giant group of people, and they take up most of, I mean, it's a huge table of people. And I started walking, and I noticed I was barefoot, but I was like, maybe they probably won't notice. And so I'm barefoot, but I like introduced myself, and I was like, I'm such a huge fan. Godfather, and like went on, and then introduced myself to the whole table. Hi, I'm Jennifer Lawrence. They had no idea who I was, and went back to the table. My entire dress was unzipped, and my thong was out. So I was barefoot, and my whole ass was out.
Does that just happen? I don't know how that happened with dresses, but you just...
It was like this, I don't know.
Side zip or
I
something,
think I
either way.
was making room for my gut, and I unzipped the whole thing and then forgot.
And there, yeah.
So I thought it was, the
Well, you
shoes that were going to be the
you thought they were
problem.
impressed with you meeting you. You walking away was
And then I walk away, and they're
equally
like,
impressive. Yeah, they were like, wow, hey, this
what
is
a
fantastic.
jerk. They probably thought the whole thing was
No. Your nephew, who doesn't believe that you're an X-Men?
My nephew, my 4-year-old nephew Bear.
Yeah.
He is obsessed with X-Men. Obsessed with X-Men. And I'm
And
like,
you're like-
Bear, I'm an X-Men. And he's like, no, real X-Men. And like, it's like the most infuriating.
You have a video of little Bear, you trying to talk to him. This is really
This
funny.
is like a mild version of what he does.
Here's Jennifer and Bear.
You know that I'm an X-Men? Bear, I play Mystique in X-Men. Acknowledge it. He hates it. He hates it.
What a cute kid, yeah.
When I was on the
She
phone-
really is.
When I was on the phone with the producer for this, I was telling this story, and she heard Bear go as soon as I said X-Men. He's
I
like
love
going
it.
through a thing. He doesn't like my work. He was in the Hunger Games, and the epilogue, like the last, whatever, blah, 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 at the end, played my kid. And so he's on his way to visit me, and he goes, Dad, do I have to be in this one? Cute.
I think he's cute. I want to show
I
everyone a
think
clip.
he's cute, too.
Yeah. Wait, like, what was I saying that you were saying that you don't
I
think
don't know,
he's
it
cute?
sounded that way.
It did, I didn't mean that.
I felt like I had to defend myself. Anyway, here's the X-Men clip. Watch, don't watch, I don't care.
No, here's the X-Men clip. Please watch. Jennifer Lawrence, X-Men Apocalypse. Take a look at this.
I was on a plane like this with my friends, about your age. We called ourselves the X-Men. Hank and I are the only ones left. I couldn't save the rest of them. I told you I'm not a hero.
Well, you're a hero to us. Seeing you that day on TV changed my life.
Mine too. Mine too. I mean, I still live in my mom's basement, but, everything else is, well, it's pretty much the same.
Jennifer Lawrence, X-Men. You look gorgeous as always.
Thank
and
you.
Talk about gorgeous. Look at this right
Thank
here. Ooh la la, sasson.
Thank you.
I mean, this is the biggest
I didn't
magazine.
know you spoke French.
Oh, well, un poquito. This is the largest magazine I've ever seen in my lifetime.
Yeah, well, and
This
the
is Hillary
interesting
Clinton's new
thing-
book. It's a move.
I don't know why she chose me for the cover, but
Of your book, that's
really
you're
flattered.
honored, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, this is gorgeous.
I
mean,
said, of course.
This is, yeah, of course. How many? There's different covers, right?
Yeah, this is Annie Leibovitz, and I actually I don't own one of these because I thought that would be super modest.
Yeah, just have it laying around your apartment, like, oh, I guess I'm on the cover of the
Not
book.
me.
No, no, it's hard to find you in here. None of these are you.
This
Oh,
is
that
the one
is
with
you.
Bruce Weber. I
love Bruce Weber.
haven't worked with Bruce Weber since I was 15, and I did an Abercrombie shoot.
Me
And-
too. Dude.
None
I'm
of the
always
pictures,
shirtless at Abercrombie.
None of the pictures ended up being useful because they told us to play football, but it was like, like model football, but I was like red-faced, sweating, nostrils flared, like, at one point a girl said, get her away from me. And
Really?
then, and then when I went to do the shoot with Bruce, hang on, we had done this photo. How does this work?
It's a magazine. Oh, wait.
So
is
we
that
had
what it
done
does?
this photo where my hair's all greasy.
Yeah.
And so the next day I showed up and I tried to wash my hair like
6 times and it just was not going anywhere. And so I showed up, I hadn't seen him since I was like 15 and all sweaty and disgusting. I showed up like a grease ball. They were like, what are we going to do? We have to wash our hair.
Yeah.
And I speak French too.
Ooh la la, sazón. Un piquito, yeah. But
You're
look
not
at
the
that.
only one.
Look at this, the horse whisperer. I mean, look at this.
Yeah. I don't know if the horse was doing that because I was doing
Yeah,
that
are
with
you
my
frightening
hands.
the? Were you? Was that
Yeah,
real?
I don't know. It was real.
It was
The horses
real.
were very.
What were you saying to the horse?
Stand up. What else do you say to a horse?
You said, I don't know, man.
Yeah.
But you grew up with horses, so this must be.
I did. Yeah, I grew up.
Was this?
I grew up with horses.
What was your horse's name?
I had
what-
well, I had many horses, but
Bones.
it was there was one horse named Bones. Growing up on a farm, you have ups and downs. There's good things and very sad things. And I was at a cheerleading competition. I was a cheerleader, which I'm really proud of.
Yeah.
I was at a cheerleading competition, and my mom in the audience was mouthing something, and I didn't understand what she was saying, and I was like, what? And she was like, Bones is dead. Bones died. And I was like, what? Oh my God.
Bones is dead.
Yeah, and she's here, and I was like, can you try to rethink like what your thinking was, and like the timing
start
on that?
crying?
No, and then she just like went into what she's getting my 3-year-old nephew for his birthday. She was like, Dad, tell you what I'm getting Theo for his birthday? I'm getting him a leaf blower. A real leaf blower.
A real leaf blower.
real
He's
leaf
gonna
blower.
love it. He'll be out there blowing
He
leaves.
actually really will.
He will?
Yeah, he
How old
loves.
is he?
He's turning 3, but he loves engines, trains, locomotives.
I remember
Is
when I
that
was
what
a
they're
kid.
called?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. Well, I don't think you're gonna get him a locomotive.
I don't know
All
why I
those little
keep drinking
times.
this water.
It's good. Water's good for you. I remember I was a kid, I was an odd kid, but I really wanted a metal detector. That's all I wanted. I don't live by the beach. I didn't grow up. I just had my front yard. I was
Oh,
like,
I was
don't
picturing.
know.
Oh, you mean like this scam? I thought
Yeah.
you meant the kind we walked through at the airport.
No. I joined the TSA when I was 3 years old.
I begged for and finally got a clap on, clap off in my room. Oh, it was sick.
It didn't quite
was
work.
awesome.
It didn't quite. My grandparents had that, and they had hooked into their Christmas tree, but also the television.
Oh my God.
It was so awful because they'd be
so
like,
horrible.
and I would just run into the room, clap, and then leave the room. And like the tree would go off, the TV would turn on. They loved me as a great grandkid. Yeah, I was like,
You sound like a hoot.
yeah. I want to talk to you about reality shows because I heard that you like reality shows, and I love them. I'm obsessed. What do you?
Bravo? Is it Bravo?
Bravo's
or
on
is it-
in my household 24/7.
I am I guess kind of a producer of all of the Real Housewives. Andy
is
Cohen
not
and
true at
I would
all.
call us colleagues.
You and Andy Cohen?
Yeah, I get really passionate and I give him a lot of advice.
Wait, I do too.
I know, really? But do
Yeah.
you text him?
Yeah,
Do
I-
you make a difference in the show like me?
I've never made a dent. Did you really? Have you changed?
I mean, we'll see, because one of the stars' fate is kind of in my hands. So,
This is insane.
to
Which
brag.
one do you watch?
well, I have different, with Beverly Hills, my friends and I have a drinking game of anytime Lisa Rinna says her husband's full name, Harry Hamlin, she always calls, have you guys ever noticed that? She always goes, Harry Hamlin's on his way.
That's
So we have a drinking game to that.
Every time it says his full name.
But
yeah.
when I found out, when Luann announced her divorce to Tom,
Sad, yes.
I was horrified and shocked, and my stomach dropped because I realized that I had just seen the reunion, which means they aren't filming. And so I texted Andy and I was like, get a camera in Ramona's face right now. And I also told him to show the interview, or not the interview, but the moment in the Berkshires where Bethany's crying and going, I just don't think your guy's a good guy. Anyway, I don't know.
No, that's good. I mean,
it's
these
hard,
are all-
it's
these
hard
are
to
all-
explain the ways of producing, you know, if you're not a producer. So it's.
Oh my gosh, you are Does Andy ever call you and
wouldn't
give
get
you
it.
ideas for your stuff? It's over a little bit over your head. You wouldn't get it. Does Andy ever call you and give you notes on your acting? Hey,
He doesn't say the same thing about,
Yeah, no,
about
yeah.
my job.
Here comes Daddy! Whee-yo! No, stop! Hey! Put that thing down. Oh my!
Do I go now?
We just killed the stage manager. Okay, don't worry about it. It's fine. It's totally fine. Jennifer, you go. Gosh.
Hey, Jimmy, I just remembered something! No!
wait, stop. Can you
What?
take that off?
What? We have to take it off?
Just make sure.
What?
Make sure. Got a lot of wood there. Make sure you go for the hat.
I feel like
Do I
maybe
get
I
any
should just
points
keep
for that?
going until I win. I don't know, am I
I
the only
put
one
it
that
right
thinks
down
that?
the middle, right there. That is. Come on.
Get away! Oh,
Oh my goodness.
oh my god!
Oh my goodness. There we go. I win, the champion. No, stop. Jennifer Lawrence, everybody. Mother is in theaters. Jennifer, stop. On Friday, Pedro Pascal joins us after the break. Come on back, everybody. Jennifer.
How do I feel? Kinda how the sky feel. They coming sideways like a side field. Grapes and wrath intertwined.
Welcome back, Jennifer Lawrence. You look fantastic.
Thank you.
We love you.
If my arm looks
thank-
fat.
Never.
Oh god.
I missed you. You know, I haven't seen you in 8 years.
8 years.
It's been 8 years since you've been on the show, which is so many great things have happened. You're married. You have 2 kids.
Yeah.
How's the family? How's everything?
Everybody's good. I mean, I think that everybody's alive, and I'm.
Great to hear.
I'm nervous. I'm very nervous.
Why?
I always get nervous with these things. I think because I've been like watching them since I was little. So it's like a talk show. I watch this, and
No,
so
but
I'm like.
you're good at this. You've done this. You're doing.
Not in 8 years.
Oh, stop though. You know what's so funny? I was gonna say every time you do you're doing press now for this movie. Congratulations on it, Die My Love, in theaters Friday. Everything you say kind of gets picked up in the press, and
I'm so annoying.
You are not.
I did an interview where they were like, you know, everybody thought you were annoying, or I said I was annoying. I don't remember how it
Yes, I
started,
saw
but I
this.
was like, yeah, like I was hyper and I was, and I was annoying. And then the internet, the sweet internet, well, I've never said that before, was just like, rushed to my support and was like, "You're not annoying.
You're not.
We never thought you were annoying." But that is annoying because I like weaponized
You're
my
like-
experience to make everybody like
Stick up for me.
not to stick up for me. And I'm like, oh my god, that is so annoying. Like I am annoying and I am okay with that.
Okay.
And I don't want anybody to
Stick up
say
for you.
anything.
Okay, we're not. I don't know how I'm gonna do the rest of this interview.
you.
Okay.
Thank you. I'm not gonna say a word.
No, you have to say something. It's me that can't.
Okay, sorry.
Is that type of language going to be in?
Freaking.
Thank you. There's the new film that I saw that you and
No. it's
Cola Scola
completely
and Emma
G.
Stone.
Oh, Miss Piggy.
Miss Piggy. I heard
Yes.
you're working on maybe a possible film about Miss Piggy.
I am. So during
That sounds great.
Thank you. So during lockdown, one of my good friends who's not in the industry was like, it was also kind of around cancel culture. It was like both things were kind of happening at once. We were all locked up in our rooms.
Yep. And getting canceled.
Naughty people were being locked up in prison.
Yes, that's true.
And she was like, Miss Piggy is a feminist icon. And she said, it would be so funny if Miss Piggy got canceled. Now, that is not the plot necessarily, but it got the wheels turning of like, wait,
Your
there
friend
hasn't
is very
actually
funny,
been
yeah.
like a feminist, like a Miss Piggy starring in this movie. So I started kind of producing it, but Emma Stone is the Muppet head. Also, Emma Stone is a shark. I am not. Emma Stone will turn around like in a leather jacket with a cigar and be like, "Hey, kid.
Yeah.
Let me tell you a thing or two about Hollywood."
Yeah,
I'm
okay.
just I'm the ideas guy.
Yes, and you go, yeah.
So I went to her to be like, "What do we do?"
Yeah. Okay. How do you do this? Lead the charge.
So now Cole is writing it. And they're perfect. And yeah.
That is so fun, and you'll be in it as well.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I mean, I have to be. So
Well-
yes. I mean, I want to be.
All right, so that movie we'll look forward to, but now let's talk about the movie that we can see this Friday, Die, My Love. Congratulations on this. This is
you.
based on a book, and how did you hear about this?
Well, I've told the story before, so if
That's
you've
why
heard
I
of
wanted
it,
to ask.
I know, but just like fast forward or don't watch it or something. I don't know.
No, I like this story.
Martin Scorsese was like, I read this book in my book club, and I was like, what?
Yes!
So sweet. And he was like, I think you'd be great in it. And, you know, and then I read it and like, I didn't get it at first. I mean, it was like, it was an incredible role, like very, you know, woman under the influence, very Cassavetes.
Yeah.
But it was all told from like her perspective. So I kind of I couldn't figure out how to like crack it as a film, but I didn't want to like call Marty and be like, I didn't get it.
Yeah, he's Martin Scorsese, yeah.
Yeah. So then I sat with it for a while, realized, you know, it's not literal, and Lynn Ramsey is somebody who I've always wanted to work with. So basically, she cracked it, and she's a
Cracked
genius.
it. Boy, she cracked
I
it.
can't believe I'm still talking.
No, what do you say? You actually, no, stop crying. Stop crying! No, this is fun. You're having fun on a talk show. Stop crying.
Okay.
Yes, trust me, this is fun.
Okay.
Robert Pattinson plays your husband.
Yeah.
Yeah. Was that your idea to cast too?
Yeah.
Why not?
No, he's so.
Why not?
Yeah. No, this is actually how you know you're working with like a god auteur. Every single person who was our first choice in casting said yes.
Did it?
Like Sissy Spacek, Nick Nolte, Robert Pattinson, Lakeith. Like it was.
Lakeith Stanfield.
I've never dealt with
Love
that
that
as a producer.
Yeah.
I've never dealt with just like, you know, our A+ choice. I have a funny producing story.
Tell.
So in Canada, we speak mostly the same language, but there are like,
I think we do, yeah.
well, yeah, but like there are certain words that would get confused. So in Canada, they call the trailer your room. And so we call trailers because they're trailers.
Yeah.
And we call our room like the hotel room that we're living in for months.
Yeah.
So when my producing partner got a text from our line producer that was like, these 3 background kids have nowhere to stay. Like, can they use your room? And she's thinking, my hotel room that I live in. Like, 3 kids? What? Is that insurable? Like,
It sounds illegal, yeah.
yeah, and so she's like, well, geez, I don't know. Like, all my stuff's in there. And the line producer's like getting more and more flabbergasted. He's like, I'll help you move your stuff. And she's like, I don't know. I mean, and then finally he like throws his hands up and he's like, fine, I'll ask Lynn, the director. And we're like, no, don't ask the director to move out of her home.
Yeah.
Like, okay,
We'll figure
do
this
it. And
out.
it's like this whole back and forth where he thinks we're crazy. We obviously think he's crazy.
Yeah.
And then it was just a misunderstanding.
Oh my gosh. Unbelievable. You're unbelievable. I heard that you and Robert Pattinson had to do like a dance class together
Yeah.
to kind of get to know each other. Like
Yeah,
an
we
interpretive
did
dance?
Interpretive dance. So the director was like, you know, we actually didn't know each other. I mean, we're like actors, so we've like seen each other, but we did not know each other. And so we got there to Canada a few weeks. At Canada, we had to learn how to speak Canadian. And
It's the same,
and she,
it's the same
wanted us-
language.
It's really not.
I know,
It's
it
really,
is.
I can tell you've never filmed in El Canada.
El Canada.
So anyway, she made us do interpretive dance. It was very embarrassing.
How is he as a dancer?
Better than you. He didn't abandon me. I mean, I'm sure nobody remembers, but
We danced together.
we danced together.
Yeah, we had a great time
We saw
dancing together.
J-Lo. We wanted to dance with her.
We wanted
And
to
you
dance
were
with
like,
J-Lo.
Yeah, we were like, let's go ask her to dance.
Yeah.
Dance.
Come on, dance
Why
with us.
wouldn't she want to dance with us?
Dance with us.
And then we had choreographed a little spin.
That's right.
And
I was
then
gonna
I did the
spin
spin.
you
Yeah.
into J-Lo.
You did start to spin me. Like you spun me, and then we were both gonna go dance with us.
That's correct.
And then I turned around, you were not there.
I spun you and I
and then
left.
I think you left the whole party.
I left, I went home.
Yeah. So
I was like, "Whoa!"
so anyway, Rob stayed, and I always knew
Rob
when he
stayed.
was leaving.
Gosh, you get to
So
call
in
him
that
Rob?
way- yeah, sometimes I could even call him Bob.
Bob.
Yeah.
Bob Pattinson.
Bob Pattinson.
I have all saw the internet's going crazy that Katniss and Edward are in a movie together.
Yeah, well, I'm very nervous. No.
Yes, that's right.
No.
Yes, we want that.
Everyone.
Katniss
no.
and Edward, and Katniss and
No.
Edward,
Everybody-
Twilight and Hunger Games.
No.
Yes.
I'm very nervous that people are gonna like sprint to the theater thinking it's like Katniss and Edward fanfic, and it's not. It's like a very like,
No, it's not.
idiosyncratic, like poetic, like work of art.
Beautiful, by the way.
Like, no, it is. It's great. But
Yeah.
if you're expecting
Hunger Games, no,
fanfic,
it's
yeah,
not
you're
that.
gonna be really disappointed. I'm just afraid it's gonna come out and everybody's gonna be mad at me.
Never. I'm gonna read good reviews about you.
Arm. Oh, it looks good.
It's great. This review
I'm
says,
totally fine with them.
yeah, you're fine with that. Here's some reviews about you. Once.
No, no, no.
Please?
No, no, no. No, no, no.
No, it's
No,
not.
no,
It's
we're not
from
gonna-
me. These are reviews that I wrote down.
I don't know how to respond to that.
Yeah. I said, Jennifer Lawrence is astonishing. And I sent it to Vanity Fair. I said, Jennifer Lawrence is a powerhouse. I sent that one to Newsweek.
Oh.
And I said, Lawrence already has a career full of great performances, but this might be her finest work to date, and sent that to NME. Come on, that's what I'm talking about. Finest work to date! Not two shabs.
No.
How do we set up the film? And I know it's.
Oh, the clip?
Yes.
Oh, great.
You're good with it.
Oh, yeah, well, the lights will go down. I'll be able to just like, I won't have to suck in. Like, let's do it. This is a clip from my upcoming film, Die My Love. My character is struggling psychologically from postpartum or depression or, you know, I don't know. I didn't ask. And somebody's talking to her and she's like, what?
All right, thank you so much. Here's the. I want to show everyone the clip. It's amazing, actually. Here's Jennifer Lawrence in Die My Love. Take a look.
Yeah, I am. I have 2 kids, and 2 is a lot, if I'm being honest.
Seems like it.
Doing great. Babies, though, babies are hard. I don't think anybody talks about that enough.
It's all anyone talks about.
It changes you. I think I nearly lost my mind for the first 6 months.
When do you think you'll be getting it back?
Come on, Jennifer Lawrence, everybody. Die My Love is in theaters November 7th. We have to get each other to guess the clues on these blue cards, okay? It starts out as catchphrase style. You can use as many words as you need to help, but at any point you might hear the mute sound effect.
Mute!
At which point, we're not allowed to talk and we can only give silent clues, charade style. But once we hear the unmute sound effect,
Unmute!
then we can go back to talking. But be ready, because we might hear the mute sound effect again.
I do wonder how charades is gonna go with my arms, but I'll figure it out. I can
Dude.
finger act.
All right.
Cut that right out.
There you go. All right. This is for the Wikipedia page.
Do you
Here we
wanna
go.
go first? Why don't
yeah.
you go first?
I will go first. All
Yeah.
right. Let's try it. 30 seconds on the clock. Here we go. We got this, bud. Okay.
Mute!
Is it a movie?
Unmute!
Well, if it's a movie.
It's not a movie. It's a tool it's a yard tool.
Rake, hoe, leaf blower.
Yes! Look at us.
Wow.
Look at us. We just did it. I didn't even really do any...
Telepathically.
How could I do that?
Yeah.
A tool. My God, I got a
Okay.
leaf blower.
Oh,
Yep.
it's a movie.
Movie.
Sorry. It's about dinosaurs.
Jurassic Park.
Yes.
Jurassic World. All right. Thanksgiving,
Turkey.
you pour...
Gravy.
Mute!
Stuffing. Gravy from a gravy boat.
Yes, thank you. Gravy boat. Gravy boat. This is great.
I'm the smartest person in the world.
You really are.
Oh, it was an SNL sketch with Tina
Roxbury?
Fey,
Oh,
and it's
Mute.
about Philadelphia.
Sweater weather?
Yes.
Yes.
Mute!
6'7".
Yes.
This is not.
Oh,
Please,
so-
this is not rehearsed.
No, it's not
Wait,
rehearsed.
is the music getting faster?
Yes.
Mute!
I don't know what to do with this.
Unmute.
Okay, well, there's a scene in Parent Trap where she does this with the butler, and it's very
Mute.
lovable.
A dance? Oh, a handshake! Secret handshake.
Yes.
Wow, fantastic. You know what that sound means?
Yeah, of course. Your mom's here.
Yes, hi, Mom. Not now, we're doing the show, you know that.
Yeah.
All right, now my mom left. But she also left me a message on my computer and it said it's time for the final clue. In this round, we're gonna spice it up a bit. We're gonna work together to get Questlove to answer. But we only get 15 seconds. Does that sound good, Quest? Again, we forgot to ask.
Yeah, okay.
Questlove. Here's the card, 15 seconds on the clock. Here we go. We have to get him to guess this.
Oh, sorry, I wasn't paying attention.
It's a
basketball. It's a basketball move / sound.
Mute.
Oh,
Basketball? Slam dunk,
mute.
slam dunk.
if you're in a dark street,
You're assisting the slam dunk.
Mute.
First word.
Shoot.
Unmute.
It's two
First
words.
First word. It's not a street. It's in between streets.
Avenue.
Mute.
Shot Avenue.
Unmute.
It's a
alley, alley.
Yes.
No, close.
Shot alley. Shoot alley.
If you make a mistake, you make a.
Whoops alley. Alley oop.
Yes, thank you. Whoops alley. Whoops alley.
Whoops, alley.
Whoops alley.
I mean, y'all
Very
doing the
close.
crawling
Whoops
and all
alley.
that stuff. Like,
No one was doing that. That's all the time we have for Mute. My thanks to Jennifer Lawrence. Die My Love opens everywhere Friday.